Okay, everybody, this is Wildtree 2.0, our next leadership group. If you're watching the recording, it is June 1st. I have to keep looking because I can't believe it's June. Finally, some warm weather in Wisconsin. I finally have some like raccoon eyes from my sunglasses, so I'm pretty excited about that. It's 8 o'clock on Thursday night, and we are going to go over who everybody is really quick, a couple of intentions for what this group is, and then I have some training, some specific tangible things. Every time you get on one of my calls, you'll leave with something that you can apply to your business. Okay, so shake your head yes. So if you have that kind of personality, a power really, if you know biologies, if you're a worker, if you love to do, you want something tangible. I know that. But then we also have some that need to know that they're valued, loved, and appreciated, which you all are. So there'll always be some kind of celebration and introduction or sharing as well. And then each week we kind of vary it a little bit too. Like sometimes three or four of you will in a week all share at the same time that you're having a similar struggle. Like currently, it may just be the price increase. I don't think it's a struggle yet in our org, but it could have been. And if all of you were having that, then we would gear training in that specific week or month around how to handle that. I personally don't think any of you will have that issue. Many of you are pretty new, and those of you that have been here long enough, you're going to roll with it. It is what it is. But if that would be a case, I'm just using that as an example. So really quick about me, Kayla, 18-month-old who's crazy, and a yellow lab who runs away continuously. Um, what else? My husband's Nate. He works crazy shifts, which is this week he's working till midnight every night. He left the house at 7 a.m. and he gets home at about midnight. So I'm basically single mom it and run a business from home. So I have very little tolerance for the word busy, but I will validate you if you say you're busy. I get it. I'm really good at pockets of time. So if you're watching this recording or if it's you and you really have an issue with time management, I'm pretty good at that personally, but I'm even getting better. Where I'm coming to you currently in this season of my business, I'm paying for a professional business coach. I'm paying very good money for this coach, and she's helping me streamline and be better. So I'm bringing you true, real resources. Basically, I'm not making this shit up. I'm also proving out the stats. You're in the third leadership group our org has done. Sam and Crystal were leaders number one that came out of our first program, right before leadership conference, where Mike got to know those two actually. So that's kind of a cool story. Then the next group that we just finished, Sarah and Jenny promoted out. No, not only two leaders can promote out of a group, but that just seems to be the number. So it's kind of like, who's it going to be? Kind of like what is a Survivor or whatever the shows are. Like I kind of feel like that's the setup here. So I hope that is kind of funny to you. But I hope it's three or four or five because this is a bigger group. The first couple groups were like three or four people the first time around, and I think 5 or 6 last time. So I'm going to be blunt. If you're in this group, we're going to talk about some expectations in a second. One of them is just that you participate and you know that anybody that has asked to be a part of this or who has asked me questions in the last 2 weeks can do this. In fact, there's not a single person, I don't think in our org, maybe a few, that aren't cut out for leadership. And those would be specific reasons, either I just know that they don't want it bad enough, etc. Okay, I'm not saying it's not that they couldn't get there. It's just that right now they wouldn't be cut out for leadership. You're all capable, but some are going to hit their first couple roadblocks this month or next. Mike, I'm sure can share about that. Mike's been here the longest in business, and some will just throw in the towel, and that's okay. And love and respect. If that is what you want for your business, I will not treat you a single. Nothing will change. But this is the group where I am going to be real with you. So I'm just going to use Danny for an example. If Danny would call me and we would do some one-on-one training, and then the next month we would chat, and I would say, so like, okay, so you were supposed to do this and this and this. How are you doing? And Danny would say, actually, I didn't do any of it. I'm not going to be like, oh, that's okay. We'll just do it next time we talk. I will be real. I'll say, okay, Danny, well, you just delayed your progress by 30 days and actually you put yourself more in negative. You're declining because you're taking 3 times as long as some of these tasks should take. So just know this is going to be a group where I'm not going to kick your butts unless you want that. Some people want that, but I am going to be real with you. And so that's the tangible stuff you're going to take tonight is 5 tips, 5 solid things that you need to do in the next month to set yourself up for profit. Because I assume all of you want money. right? Hey, Tabitha, thanks for joining us. Everyone wants money. Okay, so really quick, I want you to share without eating up our whole time on Zoom, because I'm very respectful of 40 minutes. Like, we don't go over on these calls. It is what it is. A, because no one's going to watch a recorded call that goes 2 hours. Like, let's just be real. No one has time for that. B, I'm going to lose your brains in about 10 minutes anyway. So this is how long we're going to go. And then it's going to cut off. And whenever it cuts off, we're done. So I'll try to watch the ticker time and tell you guys when our time is up. But tell me, whoever wants to go first, doesn't matter. Tell me who you are and why you're here for tonight's call. And as weeks go on, we'll have a little more time to get to know each other. If you're brave enough, I would love for you, your homework, and PS, always have a sheet of paper and a pen, because I will tell you to write things down sometimes, or phone or computer, whatever you want to do. But homework number 1, if you're comfortable, is to share a picture of you and your family, whoever's important to you, and a little bit more in depth about yourself this week in the Wildtree group. If you're going to stay in this group, that's number 1, if you're comfortable, okay? Number 2 is, after this call's over, to commit to the group and fill out the little commitment survey that Cinshare just had go off for us while I'm talking in the group. It's very short. It says, who are you? What's your phone number so I can call you? Why do you want to be here? How much money do you want to make? Would leadership really matter to you or not? It's like 120 seconds you can take the survey, or you could take 10 minutes if you're a talker like me and you want to type a whole lot of words out. I leave space for words. But okay, so that's the 2 things. And those are going to sound really dumb, but you're not going to go anywhere without some vision and also knowing who your support system is, because our team page isn't the place where you're going to post, dang it, I had a team member join and they're not doing anything. Not a good plan. Don't post that in the team page, okay? We're going to talk about that stuff and Mike's cigars in this group, okay? So this is the group for that. So anyway, there you go. Okay, so tell me quickly who you are and why you're here. And then I'm going to go into expectations a little bit and some tangible stuff. Who wants to talk? Unmute yourself one at a time. Don't be shy.
I'll go.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So, okay, what we're supposed to say again?
Just
Refresh.
who you are and why you're here. You're going to tell us more about your family and whatever you're comfortable with in the group, but at least say that for tonight for those that can see each other, and for Catherine who's on the phone.
Okay, that's where you got me. So, name's Danny Miller. I'm here because I'm ready to get serious about Wildtree. I had decided to join the LIT group before and then opted out because I was working on some other stuff, trying to apply for jobs, and it wasn't the right time. And now I think is the right time to just really rock it and go for it. So yeah, that's me.
Love it. Thank you. Who's next? Tabitha?
Yep, I'm Tabitha, and I am here because I eventually want to replace my full-time income because I really hate my job.
Yes, she does. I know Tabitha well. So yay, this is going to be her. If I was to pin people, any one of you can be a leader. But Tabitha, from talking to her, she's done some one-on-one coaching with me recently. She has everything it takes but the belief that this can be a full-time job. I still don't believe Tabitha believes that. So everything else Tabitha has at this point. And I'm not saying that none of you don't. I don't know you to that same level. I've recently coached with Tabitha. So I can say with 100% confidence, Tabitha could be the next team leader coming out of our organization if she wants it. So there we go. Thank you, Tabitha. Okay, Ashley, Mike, Catherine, whoever wants to go. Mike, okay. I like that. Raise your hand. Yeah, that's cool.
I am Mike Silverstein. I am here because, first of all, I've been with Wildtree for 3 years. I've been a leader before, on and off, on and off, on and off. And I went about doing that the wrong way. And right now I'm not a leader. 99% of it's because of me. 1% is because I was part of an organization that just fell apart. My whole organization just disintegrated from underneath me, and I had no core structure to help me get back to where I want to be. So Kayla, being the surrogate leader that she is, has taken me under her wing and hopefully get me back there. So I'm really looking forward to working with a really great group of women and hopefully a man or two somewhere down the line.
We actually did have 2 men on our team, but they were part of the deactivation in April. Like, they didn't have the 350 in, but I did have men. So now I don't, but we all need to recruit men. Yes, they're the best to work with. So thank you, Mike.
I'm the hashtag one guy, 600 women thing. At conference, I'm hashtag one guy, 600 women.
It's so true. He comes to conference and we got to sit at his table this last one. So I felt pretty cool. So, okay. Oh, who's going?
Can you
Ashley,
hear me?
go. Yep, go ahead.
Okay,
You're good.
here we go. Okay, this is my first time on Zoom, so I'm still figuring out how to work it. But my name is Ashley Cool, and my plan is to just rock it. I started, I will be student teaching in the fall, and really won't be able to make any money or won't be able to continue my other position or work at that point. And so my husband has really kind of put the pressure on me to really kind of start making some money this summer and be able to prepare us for the fall. So I'm ready to just get into it and rock it and make some money.
Yay, I love it. Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'm excited to get to know you more because you're probably the one on the calls that I know the least just because you're the very newest. Well, actually, Gloria is going to be joining us from New Jersey, I think. When she watches this, she's going to yell at me. I might have just said her location wrong. But she is probably even newer yet. But you guys actually are close, like almost sidelines as far as joining. So you're our newest. So our New Jersey folks, what time is it there? It's always later there. So sometimes they can't tune in live. Just know that they're not any less committed. I just want to say that while I'm thinking about this. Tammy and Gloria are going to be out of state, and their time zone it just makes it really hard for them always to get on these late night calls. But I do communicate with them, and they're coming to conference. Well, Tammy is, Gloria's considering conference. So there we go. If you're not coming to conference, you should be coming to conference. There's my lecture on that. Okay. Catherine, I know, Tabitha. Okay. I'm just kidding. It wasn't a lecture, just my thoughts. Okay. Catherine.
Hi, I'm Catherine Gilland. I'm from the Fond du Lac area. I joined Wildtree back in February. Sight unseen. I'd never tried any products before, and I really love the whole thing. Talking with Kayla and my upline leader, and they just are extremely positive, and I want to be part of it, and I want to, kind of similar to a bunch of the other ones who said, you are absolutely hating your job. I've been sticking out for the last 3 months. I've had a new boss, new boss, not nude. That didn't sound right when I was articulating, sorry. New boss, and it's not been going well. And I'm needing to get out like big time. So the goal is, subsidize income and essentially be able to step away from that company. So, yeah.
Love it. Awesome. I'm going to really quickly go over the ones that couldn't call in or may join us later. Tiffany Vorpagel is from Sheboygan area in Wisconsin. She joined us, a year ago as a lifestyle rep. And when she was going to be deactivating, we waited for her to deactivate, and she rejoined and started fresh. And in case you guys have ever felt like, I don't know, Danny, you've been here long enough, Tabitha, Mike especially, if you've ever felt like, man, I'm just stinking, like, you have a bad month or two. She didn't get off the ground running, and I just want to tell you she's a prime case. The only difference is she bought a new kit, but otherwise, you guys, she had the same training I did, the same tools. She just thought new, like walk back through the training, kind of like Mike, you and I did last week. Start fresh in your mind. Nobody has to know the place your business is at. So really quick, I want to start this. If you actually have 20 parties on your calendar and Mike, you have one, it doesn't matter. You're all at ground zero as far as I am coming to the level you're on, and we're going up. There's nowhere else to go. Like you're going up, or you're not going up, and then you're not going in this group. So, and I hope you're laughing. That's kind of to be funny. So, Tabitha's picture is a slight bit creepy when she turns it off, just in case anybody else noticed. I always laugh, Tabitha, every time you do it. Okay. So thank you, Catherine. That's awesome. Okay. So that's Tiffany. And then we have Melissa, and I just lied to Ashley and Gloria. Melissa is joining us tomorrow in Wildtree. She's signing her agreement. She has her launches happening the 6th and the 8th. She's been training with me for the last couple of weeks. She's ready to completely rock out her fast start. And her official launch party, you guys are going to love this, is July 7th. That's how on top of the game she is. All the rest of her stuff is actually happening. All of her friends' parties are happening first. And then her party she used, Mike, remember how I said this to you? She used her party as the fallback party. Like, hey, would you host for me? Oh, shoot, you're too busy? That's okay. Come to my house on July 7th. That's kind of the method that she went with. So her June is full. So she's joining us. And then we have Tammy, like I said, and Gloria. And Tammy's been with Wildtree. Gosh, Tammy's a rock star. She lives all by herself as far as Wildtree community, and she's just very steady here. I just adore her. And she is coming to conference for those of you coming. And then Gloria is her brand new recruit who's on fire. So they live similar. I think they're both New Jersey. Yeah, they're gonna kill me. I don't know. Geography. Is that geography? I don't even know. I'm really good at selling taco seasoning. Okay, let's be real. So my bachelor's, really quick, is human resources. I'm not a complete moron. I got a 3.97 in college. Like, I'm smart when it comes to taking the right kind of classes that fit my skill set, so I could like ace them. And then biology and a few others, like gym class. I take gym class at UW Oshkosh. That was like an epic fail. Oh, there's a puppy. I love puppies. Okay. Anybody have an immediate concern, question, or fear? And it's okay to say yes or no. I'm just curious. That's a group. So the group was supposed to be originally 4 or 5 people, because that's what we've been averaging. So if you're wondering why this is a massively large group, if it ends up working better that we partner into 2 pods, like maybe so many people like a certain day or time to talk and so many people like a different time, I am considering that if everybody commits to the group. But remember what your homework is, to share a little bit more about you and then commit. If not everybody decides this is for them, then we won't have that big of a group. But if you're wondering, there's sometimes better success with numbers, because I can see a few of you that would get a little competitive, knowing some of you, this is your second round of a leadership group. And for others, you're brand new and you're like, wait a second, if only 2 are going to make it, I'm going to be one of those 2. Again, it could be all of you, but I'm just giving you some stats that typically it's a percentage. What are you eating, Ashley?
My husband just got me ice cream.
I thought that was ice cream. See,
Uh-huh.
See, this is like a fat kid's heart right here. Like, I'm like watching, I'm on this cleanse. I've lost like 3.5 pounds in like 3 days. And by doing nothing other than just seriously like cutting out carbs and sugar and drinking less caffeine and drinking more water. Like, that's all I've done. I feel so good, but that doesn't mean that I'm not like wanting to eat bread like crazy. Today I did have a small piece of bread. I couldn't handle it. I was like, bread. I was like drooling in the kitchen. Okay. Anyway, so, whoa, that was squirrel. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about expectations, and then I'm going to give you some tangible training. Expectations of this group are simple. If you decide to join us, it's fun. I promise you. You don't have to be on every week. Try, because when it ends up being just me and Ashley next week eating ice cream, it's real sad. It's not really a great leadership call. I mean, it's good for her and I, not good for our genes, but you get the point. Like, try to participate. Okay. You're going to grow. I promise. You're going to be a little uncomfortable, because I'm not going to be potentially what some of your old uplines, or maybe what you think this is going to be. And that is, whoever that is, Mike, tell him I say hi. I love it when people are on Zoom and they don't know they're on Zoom. That's my favorite. Okay. This isn't going to be like,
that would be my sister.
okay.
Like,
This isn't, oh, go ahead. This isn't going to be like, yeah, that's great, Tabitha, that you sold $100. That is great. You already know that, but you don't need me or any of these people to tell you that. What we need to say is, you sold 100. Like, how can we times that by 10? Like, what can we do with our efforts, the time you have available, Mike has available, Danny has available, Catherine has available, to make it happen? Again, I will validate. You guys are all busy. Here's a couple things I know about you. Shake your head if I'm lying. You're all busy. You obviously want to make money. And you have to get in the right mindset right now that you believe network marketing can be it. I'm going to talk about that in a second. That's our whole theme this month. PS, as an organization, it's all going to be about believing in yourself. And instead of me training, because I feel like I'm becoming like a broken record, maybe I'm just feeling that way. Maybe you're actually thinking that. Our team is going to be taking over the Tuesday tips for the month of June. So you're going to be hearing from our team members, and I instead am just going to be the encourager this month. So it'll be fun to teach you a little bit about belief. Expectations include just hosting events. I don't care if it's online. I don't care what it is. I think I explained that in the video last night I made, but you have to be meeting people or you're not going to make it. It's just our industry, and that's okay. We don't love you any less if you just want to host a party in your house for double hostess credits this month and call it a wash. That's okay. But then you're not going to make it as a leader. I think sometimes, Mike, I'm just going to use you as an example, and this may not be true for you, but I want to just use Mike. Mike has promoted and demoted and promoted and demoted. I hate the word demoted, but that's just how our business structure is set up. Not due alone to his progress or not, but a lot of times we have this false sense of what it takes to be successful in network marketing. I'm not going to give you bells and whistles. The bottom line is, I meet enough people each month to not only sustain my leader numbers, but if you guys haven't noticed, over the last year, I've had growth every single month. Growth comes from beating the minimum. So you can choose to stay a steady leader. I'm going to teach you how to do that. Or you can choose to grow. Grow's a little more work. Grow's where you make big money. If you want to make more than $2,000 a month, you need to be growing. If you're okay with 1,000 or 2,000, you need to get to leadership and hold it. If you want to make less than that, then you don't even have to do any of this. Does that make sense? So 1,000 or 2,000 is a steady leader, just a steady team leader. Growth is 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and I'm talking a month, obviously, and beyond. Can you still hear me? Shake your head if you can hear me. Okay, my picture's just froze. Okay, maybe it's not froze for you, it's froze for me. It is froze for you too, isn't it? Because you're laughing at it. Okay, don't look at it. Look at that other cute one where I'm holding my mug and I'm skinnier, okay? Thank you, Mike. I don't know what happened. That's just horrible. How do I fix it though? Hold on, oh, there we go. Okay, I don't want that on. My business coach today asked me what I want to make by this time next year. So when I walk the stage next year, anyone have a guess? What I said? This was setting expectations with her. With her, I have to show up every other week and do a call. I have to log 5 days a week my work. I have to pay for her training, which none of you have to do. So be excited about that. It's a big chunk of money. You'd crap your pants. It's a mortgage. What else? I got expectations that she's holding me accountable to. And then she gave me what she's going to do for me. And then she said, what do you want to make? But I want to read you what she's going to do for me, because I'm going to do this for you too. Number one, she's never going to tell me she's going to do something and not do it. I'm honest with you guys. If I'm out of time or out of capacity, or if I can't think, my message will come back to you and say, I can't think about this right now. Can you send me an email? And it won't be in a rude way. It's just an honest, like, I can't promise you something I'm not going to do. And I would ask the same of all of you as far as expectations go. I hate busy work. So be purposeful with your time and be purposeful with my time. That's a huge commitment we can make to each other. Freaking sending me emails about salad documents, not smart. Like, we all need to know where to find them, right? So be an advocate for yourself and your team too. I just shared them tonight. Save them somewhere so that we're not doing busy. I'm just using that as an example. P.S. I don't care if you've asked me for salad docs in the past, but it becomes an issue when 17 people today were asking me how to do a mystery box sale. I don't mind sharing, but I've got to get better too as a leader. We got to figure out ways to streamline, because that's not purposeful for any of you. Number three, we're positive. If you want to vent, let's do a one-on-one, or let's have, we can do posts. Last time we did a few posts where it was like, what sucks the most in your business right now? Everybody share below. And then we cheered each other on. But getting on a call like this and bringing everybody else down doesn't do anything. I'll just ask you to please just step out for the night, be pissed, swear, slam your doors, whatever you got to do, have a drink, a cigar, and then get back to work the next day, because ultimately it's choice, right? Things do suck. I've had bad days last month. Let's just talk about May ones. Number four, I'm going to meet you where you're at. If you are down, we're going to come down to your level. Our whole group, we're going to cheer you on and get you back to ground. If you're really on a high, and that high, I think, is going to take you and sail you away from, sometimes we all have things happen, like a promotion or something in this business. Mike, maybe you had this happen where you promote a team leader and then you're riding this high for a while, and you have this big problem happen that's called you forget to do the work the next month, and then slowly that's your decline. So I promise to always bring you back to this ground so you don't ride a roller coaster like this, because that's not profitable. You can't do that. It's fun to celebrate, but you have to get right back to work the next day. Mike, do you want to add something? You moved in real close. Broken ankle.
Yeah, my broken ankle is what happened.
Okay. So Mike has some things that have happened in his business, as we all probably do, right? In different things in our life that cause a total complete shift. And so sometimes you need a level group of people, and especially me as your coach, to say, okay, I do get it. That sucks, Mike. But you either need your income or want your income bad enough. And here's what we have to do with a broken ankle: do parties from home, make more customer care calls, run sales, strategy. We have to be strategic, or you have to say, okay, I'm going to lose my leadership. And that's okay too. Sometimes that needs to happen. We had leaders step down already in our org. So, okay. And the last thing is, oh, Mike, can you mute again? Sorry. I'm always going to believe in each of you more than you probably believe in yourself, but I'm not going to drag you. I'm going to help you find strategy in whatever circumstances you have to accomplish your goals in a realistic way. So if your goal is $100,000 or 6 figures, then I'm going to help you do that, but I'm going to help you with real tools to do it. Does that make sense? I'm not just going to go say, Mike, book a bunch of parties. Yeah, that's not what gets you there. We need to take it backwards and figure out what. So I'm going to do that for you. Okay, so what did I tell her my income goal was? 200,000. Mike guesses. That's good. Who else? Anybody else? You can always use the chat too. I can start to watch that better. Tabitha, what do you think? Any guesses? Danny? You can unmute. No guesses? It's a very specific number and it's very high. Anyone else? That's okay, Tabitha says 10,000 per month. Okay, so I told her that $10,000 per month will be enough to make me feel like it was worth her coaching me. Because it's a lot of work. I'm investing just like you guys are, only you guys are invested for 8 to 10 weeks. I invested for 12 full months, 26 calls, homework every single week, and massive growth. Okay, I want you to know this. She's coming all the way in 3 weeks from Florida to meet me. Like, this is the big deal, because I need this to make all of you better. I know what I need to better myself. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that. You have somebody forging ahead of you that's doing it. And she, in her program, I pay to be able to use all of her stuff with you guys. Some programs you can't share with your team. I have permission to share everything that I learned. So that's pretty cool too. That's why I picked the coach I picked. So long story short though, I told her that what would make it completely like my end goal, $474,000 a year. That is what would set my family completely free. No other careers. I could pay for health insurance. Guys, I would live in my same house. We're not frivolous. We would donate to the causes we want to donate to. I would do my 60, 70,000. It just keeps going up because I keep adding more features to my patio, like a 12-person table where we could all sit and do trainings on my patio. Come on, that's Tabitha, see my house. Like, that would be perfect. Hey, Danny, you've seen my house. Catherine, you have. So there we go. So that's a vision. Do I believe I can do that? Hell yeah, I do. So I hope when you're done with this, if you believe if it's $2,000 you want to make, or if you want to pay off $60,000 worth of debt, or you want to set your family free that they don't have to work, or you can retire your parents, or you can pick the best nursing home in the world for a loved one of yours, whatever it is, I hope you leave this group with that. Okay, I have 6 minutes, so I have to get to the tangible stuff now. I could go on and on. I'm really huge on vision. So number 3 thing you're writing down, I'm going to go over it one more time. Number 1 was, if you're brave enough, share a picture of you and your loved ones and a little bit about yourself, because we don't have time on these calls to do that, in the Facebook group sometime in the next week. Number 2, fill out the contract. It's a really short little Google Doc. It's a survey, and it just tells me you're going to promise not to ditch all of these awesome people in 2 weeks when the going gets tough, that you'll give it a try. And even if at the end of it, you don't get to where you want to be, what happens when you at least aim high? Unmute. Somebody unmute. I'm waiting.
If you shoot for the moon, you land among the stars. Isn't that the quote?
You got it, Catherine. Thank you. I knew my fantastic singer. I feel like Catherine's like a movie star in her next life. She's gonna be a movie star, not a Wildtree rep. But that's exactly it, you guys. You can't fail if you work hard and you end up with more money than you have now. How is that failure? And I won't let it be too much work that the money doesn't equate to it. I will help you make sure the work is worthwhile and it equates to enough money. Okay, tangible things. Here you go. Ready? Your 5 tips. Number 1, you have got to front load your months. So if you don't have events booked right now, I need you to start working on that ASAP. Like, this is the number. In fact, you do nothing else. Mike said something to me in a message today. It was spot on. He said, I need to be filling my calendar. Like, that's where I need to spend my time. Absolutely. None of you should do anything else. You shouldn't even read anything I posted, any Facebook group, actually, if you don't have parties on your calendar, because you're literally not in business. Can I just remind you, you're not in business. In the current Wildtree structure now, where you pay $15 a month, like, you need to be making money. So book your calendar, front load it. Here's the reasons why. Business bucks, that's free supplies. Does everybody understand business bucks? Yes? Okay, $350 in sales by the 10th of the month. Why would you not want to front load your month? Start to know where your numbers are at early, so you're not sitting here on the 30th trying to cram and make sure you get to 1,000, or make sure you get to 2,000, or make sure you hit leader numbers. Can you tell I go through this every month? I love it, actually. P.S. I love staying up all night and doing the newsletter, but you shouldn't be doing that. I should be the only one up past 9 p.m. on month end, unless you want to be up. Okay, so front load your months. Eventually, as a team leader, you can get more business bucks when you mid-month qualify. Mid-month qualify means you hit your leader numbers on the 15th of the month. Do you think I ever miss my leader numbers on the 15th of the month? No, I always do it. I get $40 a month business bucks. I get the 25 you all get, and I get my extra 15. Also, it creates momentum for your team. Do you think that my team grew this year so much because I did $1,000 a month in sales and added 1 recruit here and there? No, it's momentum. I don't always say the right things. I've made a lot of reps mad. Oh gosh, I could tell stories. That can be a whole nother Zoom call if you'd like to tune into that one. Okay. When you guys promote, we'll have champagne, and then we'll talk about all the horror stories of dumb things Kayla has said over the years. I have a spewing mouth, but for the most part, I spew out of love, and sometimes it's been interpreted wrong. Okay. So front load your month. You got it. Number 2, overbook your calendar. because people will cancel. People poop on you. SHIT is my favorite word, but I'm trying not to say that in case somebody's children can hear me. People will poop on you, overbook your calendar. Okay. Nothing more than that needs to be said, right? Now, I would like to tell you all that you can run a successful leadership business with 3 parties a month, but I think I'm lying to you. So I'm just going to tell you the truth. I felt the most stable when I worked full time with at least leaving the house once a month. So if you don't have parties on your calendar right now, you need to find 4 quiet hours that night that you would have done a party, and you need to work this like a business and not play on Facebook. Okay. Not personalized graphics and stuff. If you have 1 party a week right now and you can do more than that, book more than that, especially in June. It'll create momentum. So if you have cancellations in July and August, you'll be okay. Danny, I know you've had a couple of weird things happen where you had a nice calendar and someone poops on you. Again, I almost said it. And then you're stuck. Like, you don't hit your goals. And it is so easy to get into victim mode. Like, no one likes me. I suck at this business. This isn't worth it. And the truth is, it's not worth it if you're not creating enough in sales to get a paycheck. Like, I totally get that, you guys. I'm going to validate you. When you leave the house once a month, it is hardly worth it. If you leave the house twice a month, it's getting closer to worth it. But I mean, come on, it's time away from your family. It's a drive. So the reality is, you're in this group because Ashley doesn't want to go and do her student teaching and make like $0. She wants to make money to pay her family's bills and to support her family. So that's what this is. Catherine, were you going to say something?
Nope, you're good.
Okay, I didn't know. I heard a little bit of like it lit up on your screen. Okay, number 4. This is the best one. Are you ready? Here's the secret to winning. Sharing the opportunity is the fastest way to wealth. I've realized this now throughout my time, that the reason I've been successful, I've never missed leader numbers in 3.5 years, I've just been steady, is I've never been afraid to talk about the opportunity, because when someone shared the opportunity with me, they forever changed my life. And I've never now looked back and thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to be naggy, direct salesy, annoying, whatever. Are you kidding me? People, I live in my dream home. I'm a regular person. I love and serve. This is a real career. I work hard. I don't just get paid because I'm recruiting and I'm sitting back with my feet up and you guys are making me millions. I hope nobody has that impression. Like, I work my ass off for my money, but it's I get to play outside with Macaulay in my sunglasses and like talk to my coach. How freaking amazing is that? Like, take that in. Okay. And number 5, because we're going to get kicked off like now, is you've got to believe network marketing is going to work for you. So when you get off this call and you're booking those parties and you're starting to share the opportunity, you have got to believe it. If you do not believe it, you won't make it. You just won't. You've got to believe this can be real income. So go book parties this week. Fill out the commitment form. I hope you'll all commit. If you have questions, reach out to me one-on-one or post them in the